Handlers probably, huh? Hey, what's up everyone? Hope you have a very, very good day. Join the revolution with me. What's going on? What's poppin'? What's hoppin'? What's going on, New Horizon? What's up, Khan? Khan Cusco, what's up, man? If we log in, you hooked with love. What's going on, little deaf? Misfortune player, huh? DB query new inserts. What's going on, Mansour, mon amour? What's up, beau gosse? Ça va bien, ça va bien avec toi. Wait, so use a session and then I'm gonna basically, hey, this one. User query select. I don't think that's going to be a thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try session db query new select. Actually, to be honest, actually you could do that. Model session like this. Boom, boom, boom. Get request. Context. Can we type it? Yeah, thank you. But we need to do a relation as well. I'm gonna say where. Actually, to be honest, relation user where user email equals the email values email. What team are you using? I'm using Tokyo 9. Tokyo, oh yo, with the flow. You don't know me, cause I'm Anthony GG. Got a lot of money. Driving a BMW M3. Tokyo just mentioned. So basically what I want to do is I want to actually, instead of checking the user and then checking a session, I want to basically get the session, join the user, check if the user email is verified, and then check if the session exists, refresh the session expiry date, mate, and call date, and call it a date. That's what I'm trying to do, huh? So we could do, actually, to be honest, session user password hash, and then do all that stuff. This is a new session, huh? Anthony, where do you live? How to get hired as a Node.js developer? I don't know. Dye your hair blue, and it's all coming good for you. And grow a mustache, very important. And wear t-shirts with rainbows and unicorns. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete this session and all. Yeah, I'm gonna not do that. I want to see if I can actually find something here, huh? Make def. You don't know me. Look at this SuperKit, cause I'm legit. Foo@bar.com. GG. This is my email address. You can mail me. What is my fucking password, huh? Valid credenciales. Pourquoi, huh? Hey! Huh? I don't see any query as well. What's going on? Why can I not focus when I'm streaming? It's insane. I said to myself, not streaming today because I want to get this stuff done, and now I'm streaming, and yet here we are. Come down with a case of alternate identified disorder. I identify as a humble man. There's basically a new pronoun, by the way. Any, all. Any, all. Eddie Hall. Okay, we're not going to go that route, okay? We're not going to do that, guys. This is a programming stream. We're streaming. Wait, so what's going on? Why I don't see any query at all? At all. Any all. Let me panic here. Yikes! Yeah. We got the panic. This is the thing. Normally, this should actually query new select. Do this. Use email. So why? Normally I should see some debugging things going on, but I don't see them. So what's going on, huh? With a Bose. To try the black and white color theme. What do you think about naysayer color theme? You mean this? How do you think I didn't know about that, man? Hey! Well, it's... Yeah, I used that before. I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna lie, mate. I'm gonna lie. Jonathan below. Tokyo. Hey! Listen to me. Tokyo. Why even use Vim? Why? Wait, guys, please stop. Stop chatting. Okay? Can I disable it? I'm on a work. I'm here to work. My home row. I need new. I'm gonna buy the hacking keyboard because the J key home row thingy for blinds. So I know that I'm on the home row. Like this little clitoris, little clit, is basically fading away because it's the GG key, right? The G. You see, I cannot even G key to basically escape. Remap to escape. So I'm pressing GG all the time. And now it's basically GG, well played for this key. You know what I mean? Okay, wait. So let's revert. Okay, I'm gonna revert this thing, and let's see, and delete this. Make this a user, and then actually do this again. Presenter. Wait, are we in the find session? Let me enter this thing. Let me do it again. Is this bored? What's going on, man? Oh. Where is session then, huh? Ah, here. Shut up. And sleep with me, come on. And sleep with me, shut up. Here, select. That's what we want, right? We're selecting the user ID from the table. But now, I'm gonna say, hey, yo, listen, my man. We are gonna select this session from the table. But I don't think, actually, to be honest, that this is execing, because we use this relation thing. I don't think it actually works like that. I don't think. Man, this is so annoying. And I need to do this in here. Hey, SuperKit, log in. Pick an email address. SuperHunter99. You see, it's not selecting. So I think it's a little bit of a little bit. So I can actually do something like this, right? I could say join users as you on you.id is sessione user ID. SQL, you see, that's working. Let me try something. DB up. Make that. Hey! Man, I need to pick something like, what can I do? Like, yeah, that's what I want. There's an email confirmation. That doesn't work yet. So shut up and play the game. Error near users. Yeah, it's indeed correct. That's indeed correct, because we need to join this. No such column user or email. Exactly. That's 100% correct what you're telling me, man. Actually, what I'm doing is bad, because what if there is no session? There is never gonna. There is no session. What is this? What is this? What is this software engineering actually going to? But we could do something like this, right? Can we do a left join? No, it's gonna be a right join. Hey! I'm insane. I'm the query. I'm the illuminary. Ati. Bobber. Yeah. Yeah. It should be easy. Thanks, guys. If you guys could basically... it's gonna be SuperKit, by the way. GodKit's a little bit weird. Like, God, what the hell is that? There's only one God. And that's... I don't know. But the thing is... Bobber. I think every time you authenticate a new session, well, actually I have no clue, to be honest. I never did this before. Maybe in the beginning of my career, I may be hassled with this, but that's for who's doing this. But we need to do that because we want to give a good authentication out of the get-go, you know. So we need to do this. We're gonna also use add things like authenticate with GitHub and all that stuff. All these and Google, Gmail. We need to do that, otherwise it's not good enough, huh? So because the thing is that if we find this user, we're gonna compare this thing, and oh man, do we really wanna? Bobber. Every time a new session, huh? That's maybe the best thing. So what we first gonna do, guys, is this. So let me actually delete this garbage here. This garbage here. And then we're gonna check the credentials. And then we're gonna actually say something like if session user email verified at dot equal time empty errors. What is this beautiful validation package you have there, Anthony? What the hell is that? I really want to know what that is, because I really need that in my life. That's basically the coming shipping with the SuperKit framework, man. We're gonna say how we're gonna call this, like verified or something. Maybe verified. I'm gonna say please verify your email, huh? And basically, maybe after the weekend, my next stream is gonna be on the Linux platform. I'm gonna change Windows, gonna get it out of the way using Linux, trying DHH's OmaCube, and then I'm gonna buy my laptop. It's gonna be the framework, and then I'm gonna get rid of Apple and get rid of Windows, and then finally I can belong. I'm a real engineer, you know, just like. I started out as a chat with Linux and Vim, and then I basically went to soy devism using Windows WSL with VS Code. Can you imagine that? And the only reason I'm using VS Code is because my Windows terminal doesn't have these spaces. You cannot configure that, and I don't want that. I want to have these spaces. You see? This space. I want a lot of space. Gap. A lot of gap. Flex call. Gap 2. Minimum. So now we're gonna actually just return. Actually, I could copy this thing. I'm gonna say kit render, and then we're gonna say the login form, and we're just gonna return the values and the error. It's just as simple as that, right? So let me do something like super hunter presenter, super hunter, super. I need the password thingy. Super. I'm doubting myself. I'm insecure. I'm an insecure password typer. It's like, where are we failing? I don't even know. Yikes! Okay. Wait, to be honest. You know what's gonna happen? The user inside session is gonna be empty. Look at that. And my whole plan is going to waste in the garbage can. Look at this. So the user is not gonna be in there. Look at that. Press enter again. Press enter again. Are we pressing enter? We are. It's all empty. That's what I thought. So the right join was not the best play here. Huh? Wait, we could actually join the users, get the session. You're not gonna do 2 queries. Fuck it. You know, we're gonna do 2 queries here because I'm done with that. So do that. User, right? User. Unless somebody knows how to do that, where user.email is this thing. Fetch that stuff. Man, that code looks shitty. Yeah, man. Your bank account looks also shitty. You know, we are not the same. Man, guys, I went this before I stream. I said, man, if these idiots are saying stuff like that, like they usually do, I always need to respond to that, you know. And I thought to myself, Anthony, listen, just ignore these guys, right? And I said, okay, I took a deep breath. flexed my muscles a little bit and saw some veins popping in my shoulders, which I was very proud of at that moment. And you see, I still can't handle myself, and that's a big problem. I need to learn that. I need to learn that. Yeah. Let's do just this, and then we're gonna figure it out later on. This is that. Let's do the session later on. We don't fucking care, yeah. Okay, I think it's gonna work. The thing we need to do is go to our out view actually and change some stuff. If error has credentials, we could do something like this, better than here. Verified. The thing is something like that. Wait. Yeah, that's it actually. That's gonna be it. Super Hunter. Please verify your email. Looks good. Jimbo, it's okay that code looks shitty since the project isn't finished yet, but this Golang, I mean, in Golang everything looks shitty, you know? It's never gonna look beautiful like in other languages because we are actually handling the errors here. Right? So you need to understand. So there are a bunch of idiots in the scene, right? 90% of everybody you know that are in the tech scene, Twitter, YouTube, they are complete retards. I'm gonna explain why. So you have something that is called Excalibur. I'm gonna expose these bitches right now, right here. Clip this. So why everybody thinks Golang is shitty with the if add is not nil is because they're complete garbage. Why? Because the code block, they're gonna do a try catch, right? Or they don't do it. So they're gonna do a catch block. Actually, to be honest, let me draw this out. They're gonna say try here, right? And then they're gonna just write some lines. User get 1, right? User dot update, whatever, man, like username Timmy, right? And then they're gonna say notification sent loser. How do you write loser? I don't know, because I am one. And then they're gonna do a bunch of stuff, right? And then they're gonna say, look how beautiful this is, but try. Okay. But it's like, and all the rest you don't see, right? Or even in Rust where they say, ha ha ha, whatever, and then there's the unwrap everything. Unwrap. And everything is beautiful. Like, oh, nice. Oh, watch this beautiful code. Like in Ruby, look at that. Oh, so beautiful. But it's not because you're handling 0 errors. Your application is not robust. You know what I mean? You cannot compile. You cannot, it's garbage. So it's very good to move rapidly for simple applications, right? To-do lists. But if you're gonna build very complex applications like we do at Avenue, financial 300 million evaluated company, which we started from 0, you need to make sure that if you deploy your app, everything compiles and works as much as possible. It's very complex. Can you write it in another language? Yes, you can. Can you write it faster in another language? I don't know. Maybe. At least as fast. But is it going to be as good and easy readable without side effects? You know? Because what ends up in these frameworks is that you're going to have after update and then all these side effects that's going to happen. And nobody knows what the fuck is going on. You know? After so long. That's important to understand. Right? In Golang, everything is going to look a little bit more verbose. It's going to look a little bit more, whoa, what the hell is that? Exactly, because you're not used to do that, right? Golang forces you to handle everything what comes on your pod. And people do not like that, right? They don't like to see this. If add is not nil, if add is, they think this is, ugh, no. You know what I mean? The 2-digit bank account. That's ugh. Amen. I can swear to God, I cannot live without add is not nil. I cannot. If this throws an error, I want to handle it right now. I don't want to. In other languages, it's like, huh? In JavaScript, it's like there is. I'm actually sometimes what I did is return an error in JavaScript as well, like returning an array. I mean, it's like, what the fuck? Because how do we handle that? Yeah, you need to try catch, and it's like, no, I can't. I cannot handle this anymore. This is the way. The only thing which you could say is what they could do, and I totally agree, is that if you're in a function with an error and you're just gonna return the error, right? For example, you don't do this, right? You're gonna do this, return error. You see that a lot of times. That's something like this. If error is not nil, return error. That's a little bit of. They should fix that, right? You should do something like this question mark, for example, right? Where you're gonna just say, if there's an error, just return this bastard. The problem is that you're gonna have, yeah, something like that. If they can do that, it would be amazing. But besides that, if error is not nil is amazing. But just like these little things. Anyway, let's continue here. Please verify your email. Why is this actually so broken? I don't like the spacing here, but it's fine. Please verify your email, you mother. Wait, where did the Groovebox color scheme go? Hey, it's time to change, man. I'm a new man. I'm becoming a new man. I'm gonna be more humble and less aggressive. You know? It's basically Anthony GG for kids. That's what it is. This is my new... I actually should make another channel. Anthony GG for the woke. Anthony GG filtered. And Anthony GG uncensored or something like that. So I'm gonna be a more humble man. And humble mans cannot use Groovebox because that's for the savage. And for savage monsters. And let me be a savage monster for... No, we're not gonna do it. Less aggressive. What a blue bear explaining what you mean. Blue bears, man. To be fair, JavaScript's error handling is awful. Do you create all UI components from scratches? No, it's actually very simple. You go to Alpine. No, it's not. Pine.js, for example. Point Yahas. You click this thing. Animation right now. You see? I watch this site 20,000 times in a fucking day. And then you go to Alamantos. And then you pick something. For example, you want a modal. And boom, you see? Hup. And then you can just do this. Copy this whole shebang. And make a component out of that in Templ. And you're done. It's that. It's like you're turning into... You're turning into a front-end guru. With just a copy-paste, man. With just a copy-paste. Okay, so what we're gonna do. So we have the verified email. What I'm gonna do is was thinking these plugins, how do they need to work? How are we going to communicate configuration? Very simple. We're gonna communicate configuration with the environment variables. Something that is very annoying in Golang is the OS getenv. Why is the OS getenv? OS getenv, for example, I want to get, for example, the out plugin. You could do something like SuperKit out skip verify. Yeah, it's beautiful, man. Look at that. Sometimes in your coding career you're gonna come up with the perfect variable name, like from one go. SuperKit out skip verify. This is the most beautiful environment variable you can ever come up with, just like that, live on stream. Holy crap, this is crazy. So the problem with OS getenv, I don't even understand why they did not think about this, right? What is going to happen if somebody did not basically set that env, right? Skip verify question mark. We do this, right? Skip verify. If skip verify, can we please skip verify? If not skip verify, we do this, right? What do you think? It's beautiful. Why? For development, for example, I don't want to be verified because there is no way to be verified because the logic is not there. And maybe you just want to skip that. Why not? The problem is with this OS get env shenanigans is a little bit that first of all, we need to cast this to a Booleano. We can't. Country. Behave. Let's go. What the fuck is going on here? Oh, it's always a string, these getemps. I see what's going on. So you need to convert that to a boolean and all that stuff. Well, maybe we want that. So if skip verify. That's the problem of all evil, because now we're going to do something like that. Or maybe we're going to set 1 or something. This is so annoying. I want to have this. So we need to have some kind of a package that can transform a getenv into something decent with generics, for example. And then what we also need is to give this thing a backup. How many times do you need to check if skip verify is not present, then use this, right? So your code ends up in this. Var skip verify is actually, to be honest, something like this. Skip verify is false, right? Then we got false. Then we're gonna do something with the env, and then if you know, it's annoying. So what we need is this. If skip verify, if it's not set, we're gonna set it to false. Default variable. The default. That's what we want. Get only got strings. Yeah, I know. So how are we fixing that, huh? How would one do that? How does other guys do that? SuperKit out, because it's the plugin. Skip verify. It's gonna be false. True. I want to skip it. You know? I need something to make an order right now. Func init is production. Oh, what's going on? Func getenv name string. Default is a word, man. What's going on? You cannot do that. Okay, strings. We're gonna just the thing is gonna be os getenv name if len the thing is 0 return the other thing. Are we gonna do that? No, man. No, we cannot do that because otherwise the police will come. Get your hands behind your back, sir! Everything you say or do will and can be used against you. Return def. This is such a bad function. Like, if len the thing is empty, otherwise return the thing. Something like that. But the man has no arms. Get env as bool. Yeah, but that's a little bit. Anthony, top tier programmer. I'm not sure about that, to be honest, but hey. I've been using basic Vim for the last few weeks and I'm loving it. McDonald's. But I only know the basics. It's crazy how this powerful would just be. Yeah, I know the basics as well. I'm a basic Vim user, right? I'm not a specialist or even an intermediate. I am a basic Vim user. Basic. Like, really basic. lately I'm trying to do more stuff like delete till, like like this thing, this for example, or change inside tag. That's something I use a lot. Set clit. That's what I use a lot. But that's it. That's the last part of my Vim adventure that I was using these things. I think that's already very advanced. So I'm basically a beginner Vim that does Vim for basically maybe 8 years. So I'm actually stuck in life, just like you. You know, we are the same. Is it gonna work? Get env name string def, but now we are string. So I know. But where does this street ends, right? Get boo, get this, get blah blah blah. Actually, what we could do is because the problem with these things is that this is runtime. These things happen at runtime, and that's always bad. If you do things at runtime and you're gonna cast stuff to stuff, you most of the time are gonna get shot in the foot, you know. So that's why we say, okay, we normalize everything to a string. Bling bling. So the thing is that then if the thing is empty, return the default stuff. And if the default stuff is also empty, man, I mean, then you're an idiot. Return the thing. The question is, are people gonna don't trust the framework because somebody makes a function where we have a variable called the thing? Questions. Okay, so because this is linked, I'm using Go mod. And I'm linking this to my SuperKit thingy, easy peasy. Because this is a plugin, you know. The best thing I know about Vim is changing. Yeah, okay, yeah. Changing. Wait. What's that? See. What does that? What does C? I use just CW. CW. I do this all the time. Just CW. CW. Ah, okay. No. See? Yeah, okay. I learned something new today, guys. You see? That's how bad I am. Okay, but yeah, I'm not fast enough because I do this. I go, basically, I skip back with B, and then I do CW. So I do BCW. Right? I do a BCW, and you do actually a CYW. Hey, we're typing 3 letters, isn't it? So who is the winner here? I think CIW is way better. But hey. I'm old and lost. Yo. That's what it is, guys. This is like a muscle memory, right? At a certain point of time, you develop a muscle memory where you can press 5 keystrokes in just like a blink of an eye, right? Yeah, change inside. I use that. Change inside. That's what I use a lot, right? If I'm here, I just do, for example, I'm here, I do this. Brackets, right? Something like that. That's something I use. And change in tag for HTML and change inside brackets. That's all. I use that a lot. But that's where it also ends, right? This is where my journey stops, right? This is what holds me back from being as good as TJ, Typecraft, of course, Mr. Prime himself. Like these 3, and there will probably way more. But yeah, but we are not here to. We are not here to basically brag about our Vim skills. We are here to brag about. That's a good question. I'm a humble man, you know. Shouldn't there be a nil check before value check? Yeah. We need to. Yeah, it's gonna be the kit get down, huh? And we're gonna say, holy shit. We're not gonna skip. Default is this. What's going on? Why don't we? Wait, we are pointing to this thing. What's going on? Why does it not work? I think it works, but I think VS Code is a little bit because it does not know about the remapping in Go mods, is it? Let me see if I make dev again and see if it compiles. It doesn't. Sheesh. That's annoying. Why is it not working? I mean, I saved it here, right? Is it like a caching thing problem? That's annoying, actually. I thought we could actually instantly... Wait, could you even just use comp or? Where's comp? I'm learning. God fucking damn it. What the hell is this? This is new. This is crazy. It's even... The teacher becomes the student. But that's a little bit weird. Like, it's genetics, yeah, but I never, like I said, comp, I didn't, where is this package coming from? I have no fucking clue. The first time I used that. That's how much I love genetics. Teacher becomes the student. Always has been. Always has been, guys. You don't need to get it from the get and function. Yeah, you don't. We need that. We need that. But the problem is with this. This is linked to another package that's locally, and I think something it cannot. Whatever. Yeah. I had the problem before, and I need to. I don't know. Is it? I think it's caching that inside. I don't know what's going on. But that's a little bit, I mean, there's a little bit scuffed to do something like that. I mean, people already think it's verbose, and then we're going to have something like this. Like, boom, boom. Yeah, I mean, but then OS get env, right? Like that. OS get env, SuperKit, verify, false. Yeah. I still love to have this thing exported because I use that all the time, and each project I make and I need to deal with environment variables, I always make a helper function that gets the env but gives the default back because it's so important. Because people always forget to set envs, and sometimes you really want to have these things working, or it could be insecure, for example. Try kit and see it's not gonna complete that, right? Kit, you see, get session. That worked. So the thing is that go clean cache. Is that a thing? Go clean menu. Is it that? Go clean help, actually, to be honest. Let's do that first. Help is not in NSPD. Go help clean. Mod cache. Mod cache. Clean it up, man! Oof, what the hell is going on? He's cleaning so much stuff. Holy shit. I don't understand that, because we have this mod file directly linked to the SuperKit folder. So I don't even understand why that's a problem. It's fine. I will fix that later on. Like to do use the kit get env instead of the comp thingy. But hey, by the way, thanks for. I didn't know that this comp is amazing. Actually, I wanna now I wanna see more of that. Is none, okay? Oh, but that's actually gonna return a boolean as well. That's actually crazy. But the problem is it cannot compare that, right? So what I mean is that you cannot say comp or say boolean, because it's a little bit annoying, but also very good, because for problems in other languages you can do whatever you want, and that gives you problems most of the time with these bools and all that stuff. So let's just keep it like that. Stringy wingies. Let's make it small caps. You could do parse bool and all that stuff, but that's a little bit, we're gonna see. Maybe I'm gonna write a simple function that will check the type that's given and convert it to the with reflection. Why not? A little bit of reflection is no problem, because even though we use reflection here, it's still gonna be the fastest one in the world, because it's Golang. Yeah, you could have something in Rust, but if you write web applications in Rust, you're basically going to spend your couple of years as a monk in the mountains before something is released. SuperKit, oh, skip verify. Also, something that I want is the expiry date, and that's annoying because parsing a string from that. There should be, I think there is a package that can parse something into a config, but the problem is that these plugins are gonna define their own environment variables, and then, you know, can't you convert the env variable to a bool? Yeah, but I mean, you can make this function like 20 lines to convert types, where you can just check a string. If you check a string, if you compare if a string is the same, or you compare if a bool is true, or you compare a number is the same, it's the same thing. They're just comparing, right? I mean, it's just a little bit weird that you're comparing a string true. But I imagine a language where you have true with a capital letter. It's like, okay, if that's, we're gonna skip verify. We have to set it true. So actually, can we test that thing? Because I wanna see what I need to do with my session. Super hunter, press enter, skip verify. Look at that. And normally we should go to the profile. I don't think it's gonna work because I didn't. No, we can't. We're gonna redirect it to profile. That's the page we're gonna make. But we're still. We have no session. That's the problem. Okay, so what are we gonna do? There could be a session already. So I think we should find a session first. I don't know. I have no clue. We're gonna say var session is a session like this, right? If add, no, we're gonna do this. Add is going to be db query, and that's gonna be app. I changed that in the master. It's gonna be db app new select, but right now it's not. I didn't create it make sense. And if you want, you can actually. You can change. Where did I do the DB? Where is this thing? Here. You can change the DB. Right now we're using bun, but in the new update we'll have there's going to be app. It's going to be something different. It's going to call DB, and you can change that. Now it's bun, but this is going to return you an SQL, right? An SQL classic Golang SQL object, and then you can turn in whatever you want. And you make it a global variable because that's so easy, and it's going to save you a lot of hadishes in your app, right? Global variables are good unless you work with idiots. So that's also very good because right now you have a global variable. You cannot work with idiots, so you filter these guys out and you do yourself and your boss a favor. So use global variables. If rdb new selects, I'm gonna do this here. We're gonna select a session, right? And we're gonna say where. It's going to be easy because it's going to be where the user ID is going to be this thing. It's going to be the user ID. We're going to scan this thing and we're going to say it's going to be, this is annoying here, get request context, press enter. This error is already been no, that does not work like that. Model. Something like this, right? What are we gonna do if the error is not nil, guys? If you don't find a session, we're gonna create a new one, isn't it? So this is how you handle errors, because think about this. This can give us 2 errors. And no matter what language you're going to use, now we need to understand. Listen very carefully. Think about this. Think about you're in JavaScript, or in Ruby, or in Python, or in PHP. Basically all the languages you use for web development, right? And you're going to fetch a session. And this can give 2 errors, right? First of all, an error. Well, it could give 1 error, but 2 cases. The first case that is going to happen is no results, right? There are no results here. The second error is internal, right? It's going to be an internal error. You don't want to log. You want to log. You don't want to show, but there's nothing you can do about it. It's an error. We not fuck knows what's going on. Maybe the DP is offline, whatever. You're going to just log this thing out and send the user to some kind of something unexpected happened. Please contact support if this problem still persists. How are you going to handle that in another language? Try catch. So you're going to try hold this bitch. Then you're going to, at the catch, you're going to catch that, check the error, do something else, try, catch that again, check the error. What the hell's going on? It's just handling this case in another language is going to be more uglier, more difficult, because you're going to delay your error. That's a problem with other languages, right? In other language, you have do this, do this, do this, do this, and then your errors are going to be delayed later on in the read stack, what I call the read your application stack. That doesn't make any sense. So right now, here is the error. Here we need to deal with that thing, right? So if the error is going to be, you could use errors this, yada, 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 yada. I know, but this is the same. SQL, R no rows, R colon, no, R no rows. That basically means there is no session. Otherwise, so we can actually, we need to handle this here. And then we're going to actually return the error, which is going to be handled by our error handler and is going to show us onto a special page that already been taken care of that shows the user that there is something wrong and needs to contact support. That's all baked in. You don't need to do anything for that. So what I'm going to do is this. It's very easy. No, it's not very easy. Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do something very cool. I'm going to turn the errors. Because look at that. If session is no, there's no session, right? I'm going to create a session. That's what we're going to do. UUID. You don't know me. It's the Google UUID, boy. You need to know those packages on the top of your head. The cache clean, isn't it? God fucking damn it, man. Hey, rolling your own out is not easy. If the session is not here. So basically this fetch the session if there is an error. No, those. It's way better. If the error is not nil and the error is not SQL, no rows, browse before the host, we return the error. Otherwise, we're gonna check if the session ID is 0, because we're gonna have an initialized session, quote, quote, empty default thingies. Actually, to be honest, if we don't have a session, we could set it like this. Or actually, let's do that for the sake of. We could. Do we want to do that? Maybe we want to do something like that. Session dot. Are we going to do it like that? Maybe something different, actually, right? I'm gonna try. Like I said, I'm trying new stuff. I'm gonna copy this a couple times. Token. UUID. UUID. New. Delete this. This is gonna be created at because I'm too lazy to set that time now. Then we're gonna have last login. It's gonna be time now. And then I'm gonna have expires at. Is going to be time now at time hours times the session expiry in hours, like that. Just type everything over. Why not? Delete this thing, insert the session, What's that? It's going to be a string as well. Insert this session. Otherwise, actually, to be honest, I am so amazing. It actually doesn't really matter. If the session is none, we can just update the whole shebang, actually. No, we can't. Is it an upsert? An upsert, man. That's the thing. There is an upsert. Squirt. Where's it? Can I search for things? Upsquirt. Is there an upsert so somebody knows that? Arrows S, yeah, but that's no. Stop being a parenthesis fanboy. What? There's no difference between this or arrows this. It's like you're just calling something else with more logic instead of doing this. Right? It's fine. You are just primary keys, if not binary, or a pain in the back. Pain, yeah. Just rename. Okay, cool, nice. We're good. We're good. Merge. Man, it's like there should be an upsert, man. Ah, here, look at that. New insert. Insert a new book or update the existing one. I think where PK could work. So we don't need to check the session because we have already this object here. We're going to try to marshal it into the session. But we don't care about that because it's going to set the user ID. Because it's going to stay the same. Wait, the token is a problem, huh? Because that sits in the cookie. If user ID is 0. We're going to set this, set that. We cannot change the token because the token is basically encrypted into a cookie. Here. Actually, we could just swap these tokens out, right? So does it actually matter? We can just swap them out because session save is going to re-encrypt that anyway. To be honest, and then it's fine. It's even more secure to just generate a new token. Man. Puff dumb! New insert. The problem is on conflict ID do update. Can we do that? Look at that. I'm not even allowing a space in this code. Look at that. Not even a single space in that. That's like compact. Just here, like a little bit of a twinkle. Okay. Shit, I closed my own website. GG. Anthony, Super Hunter. Super Hunter. I don't think something happens because I think we have the profile page. We can't. Puff it down. What's going on? Just use conflict update. This is basically SQLite, so I don't think it even works, to be honest. I mean, what am I even doing? But is it just SQL, guys? Does this work everywhere? Please, somebody need to back check that. For MySQL, use duplicate key update. Do you think that increases the readability of the code? No, having spaces? No, I think it decreases the readability. It decreases that. 100% decreases that. I'm a fan of leaving spaces. So what I would do is, this one I want to group, this I'm going to group, this I'm going to group, verify I'm going to group, session I'm going to group. This could be setting the session and inserting good group. This going to group. That's how I'm going to group it. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. That's not MySQL compatible. Potverdam. Tu parles français un petit peu, monsieur? Okay, so this is basically not compatible. It needs to be compatible in every single language, in every single driver. We're not going to check drivers here. That would be crazy. Like these SQL drivers, it needs to work for SQLite, MySQL, Postgres, and every other MariaDB, every single SQL thingy. There is only one way, yeah? Is doing some crazy ass code again. We could do this, right? If session ID is 0, let's do insert this bullshit, right? Else. To be honest, are we going to update this session or are we going to delete that? I don't know how it works. How does authentication actually work? We find the session exists. Are we just overriding? Are we just overriding everything? Like new token, new expiry, new whatever. Actually, I don't think last login should be on the session object because you're going to delete your sessions. Huh? Isn't that on the user base? Huh. The cool stuff is if you have a session and you're going to log in on another. So what's going to happen is that, let's say you have two browsers. I need to think about that because I don't know how it works. We have two browsers, right? Or on another machine. You log in here. You have a session in the database here. Session here. When you're going to log in here, it's going to find this session. How is that going to work? You're going to update the token, and this guy is completely fucked because his cookie is in here, you know, his little cookie. His cookie is in here, and he's like, ah, token ID, ha ha ha, yippee. And then suddenly this guy logs in, creates a new, wipes this session for a new token, and it's over. It's game over. You can make a new session. Is that how going to happen? The state gets over him and the session not. So are you guys telling me that once you logged in and you have a session, that's going to be your session ID in your table? I mean, this specific session is going to be the session for that user for the rest of his life in the database. Is that what you mean? Or is it a session on logout, you delete the session? There's no session anymore. The next login, you create a new session. Or if there is no session, you create a new. If there is a session, you update it. Or how does it work? Not enough comments can follow. You should always create a new session on a successful login. A new session. And what happens with the old session then? I mean, okay, you create a new session because if you log in on this machine, if you log in on the... there's a first time, look at that. Can we please... How does it work here? If you log in on this machine, you have a new session which creates a new cookie, so you can be logged in on two machines, right? If we allow that, if the programs allows that, because you could make sure that... Yeah, the session token is in the database, yeah. Old sessions are still valid. Is that? So basically, let me show you. Like I said, guys, you need to double check that because I'm no expert in this, but we need to have that. How hard it is. So you can basically try to break it, hack it, brute force it, and make it PR something. Add session. You see, this is what I have in a session, right? So I have a token, some say that you don't need a token, but I think we do, like a random generated token, because if you use an ID, it's easy for, I mean, as an attack factor, you can increment IDs and you could do so many things. So I think having a random token is always good to have, no matter what, and just query the token to fetch the session and not the idea. Hey, it's called a refresh session token. Holy shit. Extend, yes. IP address, yeah, I have that. IP and user agent, but that's, I mean, I'm gonna use basic stuff and then we're gonna see, because the old session is valid until expiry and shouldn't be prolonged. But I mean, so wait, guys, listen, teach me here, because let's say this is the website and this is a session, right? This is the session in the DB, right? And I do an attempt, a login attempt. Actually, we shouldn't be allowed. I delete my cookie. My cookie is deleted. I can go back to the login page and I log in and it finds a session. So what's happening then? There is a session. I create a new one, but that session is still valid, right? I delete my cookie, so we can go to login. I find the session. I cannot find the session. I can never find a session. We can never find a session again. It's that simple. Okay, I'm teaching myself. If your cookie is gone, you can never find the token. You can never find the session. GG, well played. But what you could do is you're going to see the email of the user. You're going to fetch the session. You're going to fetch all the sessions of the user. Check if there's still a... This seems complicated. This is too complicated for a simple man like me. I never did this before, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, what the hell is this? Now I understand why people don't want to hassle with this thing. Token has to be secure random, not just random. What is secure? What's the difference between secure random and not random? Like UUID, is that random enough? When the session comes, check on the DB if it exists and expire, remove the session. Never reuse sessions. Okay, or you have the token or you don't. Okay, GG. The session is inserted and deleted, never updated. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Makes sense, makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. Makes very much sense. So, what we are doing, I'm trying to do this for like literally 20 minutes and nobody is stopping me. I'm looking for an Upsert and everybody's like, oh yeah, Upsert, yeah, you need to do it. But you should say, hey Anthony, shut the fuck up, stop upserting. You can't. You either insert it or you delete it. No token, log back in, create a new session. The old session is in the database, who cares? There are 20 million sessions in the database, you can clean them up later on. Like a script that basically deletes all the sessions in the database that are expired. Hey, something like that. I don't know, does it work like this? I mean, I never worked for a company longer than 4 years, so how can I know? I never had to deal with these things. So did somebody know what do you do with sessions that stays here for 10 years? Like you have 20 billion sessions. You clear them out, I guess. Okay, if you're a good dev, you can have a scheduled command that goes back in history and wipe sessions older than X days. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, we are on the same page, me and you here. We're on the same page. Okay. Alright, so let's reevaluate here. Make the session expire after some time, even the user has still the same session. Yeah, that is an expiry date. We check that, right? Each time we log in, we check if it's expired here. This needs to be a config. This needs to be configurable by the package, by the plugin, right? So this needs to be an environment variable. Cron job. Okay, cool. See, Lazar, man, without you, there was no me. Pinocchio IQ random generates tends to have a seed. So if you can figure out the seed, yeah, never generate. I saw this video on YouTube. This crypto guy, the guy that basically hacks these crypto wallets, and it was pretty interesting. and they basically needed to recover a password for a wallet which was generated by a random password generator. And you can find a video easily on YouTube, right? I can show you. YouTube is gonna be crypto random wallet hacked. This one, I hacked time to recover 3 million from a Bitcoin software wallet. This video here, it's pretty interesting. This guy these guys are good reverse engineers, and so basically what they found out was that a specific software, a version of the random password generator software, was using time to generate a seed. So what they did was, you can brute forcing a password is just you can't, right? It takes too much time, right? But the guy from the wallet, he knew when he generated that password. He knew kinda, right? So the guys generated all the possible passwords from all times in that year, right? So that's, instead of doing trillions of combinations, you only need to do a couple on I don't know how much, but less. And they breaked. That's how they basically break the spoiler. That's how they fixed it, right? You can see it in the video. Man, I'm so bad at explaining things in the English language, man. It's crazy. Anyway, okay, so we need to recap here. So, look at that. This is, we're gonna split that up. But first of all, we just write everything. So skip verify, yada yada. Then we have a session here. We're gonna find the session for the user ID. But why are we logging in? I mean, why are we logging in? If we log in, I think we need to handle that. Normally, you would never be on a login page if you're logged in, right? If you go to login, for example, here, if you press enter and I have this cookie, it should basically redirect me to the page you configure to redirect after login. For example, a dashboard or a profile, right? PG Cron actually. Okay, we're gonna check if the email is verified. Yada 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 yada. Then we're gonna then we want to see if there's a session. Is that what we need to do? Or we do that, or we said fuck it. If you're gonna log in, you're gonna get a new session. Suck my dick. Or we say, okay, maybe somebody did not configure that you cannot go to login if you already have a session. So maybe we're gonna check if we can recuperate that thing. We never update that. Actually, last update. You could do a last update, but that's from the user. That's maybe on the user, right? What do you think about that? Don't underestimate the boomers double-clicking the login button. So you should handle that gracefully. 2 logins being called, both are not having a cookie. God damn it. UUID v4 is good enough for 90% of the case, and good as obfuscator. You'll let ID better. Prefer gross generation. Damn guys, why are you so smart? How is it even possible? Some smart guys here. And I like it. Because that keeps me sharp. That keeps me up to date. That keeps me up to date. Like I said, I'm just mid. I always said that. People think, oh, 3G. No, I'm a mid. I'm mid. The mid is mid. And I like it. I like being mid. Because in my head, in my mind, I'm a genius. So leave me in my own world. That's what they say. That's what my girlfriend always says to me. You live in your own world. And my mom said the same thing. So it should be right. You'll stop living in your own world. It's my world. It's my fantasy. Leave me alone. I failed hard on this topic before. Al hard in de lamp gelopen. Aha. Pofferdam. Zo Boer Harm zeggen. Now I understand why people do. That's why I'm using Supabase for all these things, right? Who's doing this? If you're gonna do it yourself, you're an idiot. But we need to do that because, I mean, once you have it and it's tested, it's fine, right? And that's good for me, so I can refresh the basic programming. Gotta know this stuff when working with invoice software for a couple of years. You don't want to mess up money, lol. Yeah, exactly. So it's only downhill from here. It is. It's only going downhill. At a certain point of time, it's going downhill. But if it's going downhill, you can also turn the world. Guys, listen. It's easy advice I'm gonna give you. Okay, if you're in life and it's going downhill, life is going downhill, what do you need to do? What do you need to do if life is going downhill with double L? What do you do? Take a dump. No, if life is going downhill, the only thing you need to do is find a way to turn the world upside down, and it's still going downhill. So you also need to figure a way to flip it. You need to flip the world upside down. You need to flip the world upside down. How do we flip this? Flip. Yes! Flip the world upside down. Okay, that wasn't expected. Why is it always happening with me? If you turn the world upside down, it's going uphill. It's going uphill. You see this? Uphill. That's what you need to do. Climb the mountain. Look. And cut it in half. Yeah, that was an accident. Some people do that in their life. Cut it in half. But I would not basically recommend that. So guys, this is so hard. I cannot focus anymore. Of course, we are streaming over 1 hour. Then the focus is gone. That's classic GG. Okay guys, I want one answer here. What if we relog in? Are we checking sessions, or we just make... Are we checking to recuperate the session, or are we gonna make a new one each login, no matter what the fuck happens? What do you think? Every login is a new session. Thank you so much, Teddy. Because a user can be logged in 2 places. I 100% agree. But what if we have the token still? Why would you log in if you have the token still? That's a good question. Because somebody did not configure the redirect. New one always. Okay, fine. It's good. I believe you guys. New one always. Wait, this is weird. I pressed. Okay, how are we gonna do this? Can we... How can I... If I was a good Vim macro user, I could fix this easily. But we can't. So we're gonna do it like a scuffed... Let's delete this, created that. Actually, to be honest, let's do this. Copy that. Boom. Press this in. Boom. That's what we need. Created that. We're gonna change the world. This. School line. Paste it in here. Delete that. I mean, it's not that worse. It's also a little bit therapeutic, right? Like typing is a little bit of a therapeutic. How do we pronounce that even? It's a therapeutic thing, right? Look at that. I can do all these things as well. Look at this. Boom. Boom. That's a session. I'm gonna check this. New insert, else. I don't like else's. I have the habit in my code to skip else's. Instead of doing if foo is 1, do this. If foo is 2, do that. Instead of doing if foo, else if. Like, I don't know. Something is wrong with else if. I don't like it. I think it's basically an compensation that I do, for the insecurity I have about the Go language itself, right? I think, okay, Golang is already very, very verbose, and I like that. I like a little bit of a dirty, I'm a dirty boy. And I think, okay, if I'm gonna do if else's here, then it's going to be even more verbose. And I'm insecure, so I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna do an if add is keeping ifs, right? Delete from database after expired. Does he answer questions on YouTube? Of course. If you basically prefix the question with "Oh, mighty king," then I always answer "Almighty King." Very important. On conflict do update. This is not what we're gonna do. So we're gonna get this. We're gonna insert the session and call it a day. And we're gonna make this thing replace the session token into the session. And boom, GG, well played. That's what's gonna happen. Easy peasy. That's the first thing. The second thing is something is wrong in the handlers. Wait, we were in the handlers, by the way. Let me actually close everything here. We don't save that. Handle it again. Where's the error? It's this one. Okay. Go mod tidy. I wish I could do that with my... I wish there was I wish there were more tidy commands for a lot of other things in life. If you know what I mean. Hey, like I said, this is Anthony GG for children, so we cannot... I mean, this is also wrong. I mean, this is the Anthony GG for children. I mean, Anthony GG safe for work. I need to be very careful what you say on the internet, because you're gonna clip that and flip it and ship it, and before you know, you're in jail. What's going on here? Could not import. Why not? Did they remove this package suddenly after so many years? What's going on here? Get this thing. Shut up. Go get skill. Is there anything wrong in trying to enforce created at last login at both sides at the same time? Yeah, the thing is that last login right now is useless. That should be on the user. That's completely useless. What's going on? Can I... Why? It's just... It's VS Code. This thing is this field is actually useless. The last login should be on the user then, if you really want to know. Because if the session is like... so, super hunter. And I don't know what's going on here. But let me check the middle. Where do we check that? It's this here. Handle up. This is what we provide on the kit itself. This is what we use at kit. This is the interface, right? It needs to return the kit out. Get the session, get the token, query the session, met the user. Return out. If the time is now is after the expiry date, get them out. We delete the session here. Why not? Why not? Why not delete it? Session user email, verify that. We check it here as well. Why would we do that? Why would we? I think we should. We check it at login. Now we don't need to check it here, right? I mean, if you don't, guys, is that true? If we check if the user is verified on login, then we don't need to check it in a middleware function. I mean, it could be. Check the IP and fingerprint. Yeah. First the hard things, then the easy ones. I wouldn't delete session if you're gonna provide that functionality at some point. What do you mean? Add Retina scan. But how's that, man? What are you guys talking about? Like fingerprints, man. Listen, this is just a simple thing, man. Come on. Technically, delete wouldn't make this call slower. Yeah, of course it will make it slower, but who cares? I mean, slow. What's slow? And someone could guess the expiry sessions and try to figure out some timing attack. God damn it. But what attack is that then? Man, why are you guys so smart about this? So we don't delete the session. That is just, it's expired. It stays there, and it's just on the user to, hey, delete his sessions from time to time. Is that what you say? If you nuke session on logout, I have no idea logged in. If you nuke a session on logout, you have no idea if someone logged in or not. By not upserting, you get currently logged in devices. Oh yeah, man. Yes. Man, today is such a... Wow. Geweldig. Today is such a good day. I learned so much about these things. And if expired, checking the SQL query. Yeah, but then I don't know if the session is actually expired, right? Anthony, what the shut up. Anthony, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Man. Wow. I'm gonna lie, I'm so amazed. I swear to God, I'm so amazed about the knowledge people bring to the table today. It's like, I feel like I'm paired programming with 20 people at the same time. It's insane. How is that? How is that even possible? That's crazy. Try to do that with your lead engineer, right? He's always, he always thinks he knows best. I'm a humble man. You know? I'm a humble man. How do we check that? That's something we did yesterday, right? Let's do this. Actually, we'll do that. Where token is this. And expired at should be smaller than this date. Can we do this in Bun? Can you do that with SQL? Just do something like this and it all works out of the bat? I don't know. Teddy? Answer this question. And with answer this question, I mean now. I don't think it's gonna work. You cannot pause the time in this. If that's all gonna magically work, I would be flabbergasted. Yes, you can do it. That's crazy! Is that? You can just do this and it all magically works. Why are people complaining about this language? This is like, what the hell? This is Ruby. This is much cleaner, not gonna lie. Looks fine with us. Yeah, but it's pretty good. But it's pretty good. Expired session or no session is the same. Yeah, yes, so 100%, 100%. You're right. And if you're right, you're right. Check the email verification. We're not going to check that because, I mean, you check that on login, so there is no... Well, to be honest, it could be right. So it could be that you not logged in because, in my opinion, so what we do at routes is that you have routes that might have an authenticated user, but you also have routes that must have an authenticated user. And that's basically because it could be that your landing page or your main page is accessible by not authenticated users, and if they are authenticated, you show the email or something. It's going to be a login button or the email, something like that, right? So you need to have this middleware active. But the question rather is, if they are not going to the out. To be honest, I'm going to leave it in. I only use SQLX, SQLC, and GoQ at the moment. So SQLX is a little bit of the same as Bun, but Bun is in my opinion, better. Bun is way better. SQLC is, again, is a little bit more, is generation stuff. So what I'm actually asking myself today is that, is SQLC S-type safe as they say? Because you need to write your queries, right? So you need to do a select all from users inner join bits as b on b dot users id. I mean, you can fuck it up here, or is that what they check as well? If they generate it, they're gonna check these things with the are they checking that with your table? That's what I'm asking. SQLC, yeah, but I understand that. So I understand what SQLC does, because I'm thinking about something better than SQLC if this is not what they do. So the problem is that what I think, no, they don't. It's useless. Exactly. That's the problem. So I'm going to say what the problem is with SQLC. I could be wrong here. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry that I do this, right? But the reason why SQLC is not good is because, so what do they say? They say, hey, listen, SQLC gives you type-safe queries. That's not true. Why? Because you select users, for example, .name or something, but users.name, it doesn't exist. This doesn't exist. It's users.first name or something. It's going to generate bad stuff, right? So you can still fuck up your queries if you do, because you need to write your queries, isn't it? You need to guess the fields here without any type safety. Is that true? Or is SQLC checking that against your table? If this query is a valid query when they compile it. That's what I want to know. Because if they check this at compilation, but it does type it based on your migration files. So, in my opinion, a DB package needs to go as this. Just like GWQ from Java is where you basically, you generate. So, and that's in my opinion the only way to get type-safe queries is you generate it from your table. Well, from your migrations basically. But you don't, you generate everything and you create a special, users structure with helper functions where you can manually write your queries, but in a type-safe way, because you know everything up front. That's what you need to do. Instead of writing these annoying queries manually, select blah blah blah, and then compile it, you just compile it based on your migration, on your scheme, and then you can write complete type-safe queries. For example, user, I don't know, like select, and you do this, right? Var. Let me do this. Let me do something like that. Let me type it out. Users. Let me do that. Struct here. Let me do this. Var. Users. It's going to be slice user. Let me do something just to get the compiler going. Why can't I do that? I need to do this, right? And then you could do this, right? You could say select users. Or something like, actually, select users, but this is going to be a special struct. .name is going to be a function, right? Select users.name, users.email from users, but real objects that actually, you know what I mean? Is like something like that, where that's a good question, right? How are we going to do that? And then where equal, and then it's going to be type. It's going to type in this, all right? And you're going to have two things of the same type. Right? And you're going to say users.email, which is type string, with something like. That's how you write a completely type-safe query. That's a DSL that's completely type-safe. 100%. And I think this is way better than having SQLC. Because you still need to write your queries like a Pepega in text. Yeah, it types, but wait guys. It types your SQL queries, but I mean... Listen, so let's say we have users. Let's say I have this. Let's say we have a table like... Wait. So let's say I have a table like this, right? And I'm gonna have a field email, but I do this. I write my query like that. Select users.mail. User.mail from users. Can I do this? Is SQLC going to compile that? That's the question. Is it going to compile that? It cannot compile this because it's an invalid query. It's not gonna compile that. Okay. Then it's good. Then it's good. Because then it's kind of type safe. But still, it's like... It's not type safe the moment you compile it. So you're still gonna write 20 minutes of wrong fields and then, oh shit, you cannot compile it. Hey, just playing the devil's advocate here, you know what I mean? So I think something like this, like in Java you have GOOQ, which does it like that. Where you can call these things, this generate these helpers, columns and all that stuff. And I think it's really cool. It's really cool to do. And then you have these helpers here, and you can write these beautiful, very readable queries that are completely type safe. And if your database changes, it's going to bork, right? Because if name changes to first name, this is going to bork because this doesn't exist anymore. And your application will not compile. I like that. You would have to connect your editor to DB. Not if you have this. Not if you have this, right? If you have this, then you have type-safe queries at the moment you type them, at the moment you write them. And in SQLC, you only have a type-safe query the moment you compile them. That's actually a little bit of the difference. And this is what I want to build. But like I said, it's a rabbit hole, right? That's how I would use. That would be my ideal way of using things like GOOQ from Java. This thing, you see, it's already purple, baby. And if you know it's purple, you know you jerked off. You know what I mean? If a link is purple, your hands were dirty at some point in the history. You know? Is that, guys? Oh man, I'm on fire today. I'm not gonna lie. Dude, guys, listen. It is a new man born, isn't it? Like, I'm basically. That's why a man. How did he say that? A man suffers because he's both the sculptor, and the marble. You know, I'm basically sculpturing myself, you know? And now I'm a humble man. I'm a humble man. And yeah. I'm humbled. GoSQL builder generate actual structs for DB query building, so 100% type safe. Actually, how many packages are there that we don't know about that? It's like all these hidden gems. Like, that's the problem, right? People are making such a good projects, but nobody knows about them because, yeah. Like I said, marketing, distribution is the most important thing you need to do in your life if you want to get somewhere. If you ever want to drive fancy cars and have a lot of money, you basically need to marketing. Marketing is so important. Let me see here. God damn it, how is it actually called? GitHub. Get up. Get down. Get up. What is going on? How undo? Go. SQL builder. Presenter. Nailed it, baby. What hell? 1.2k stars. Good job, Huandu. Yeah, I think that's what I want, right? I think that's what it is. No, it's not. No, this is not what we want. That's the problem. You see, because you still need to give these fields. That's bad. We don't want to use this anymore. Right? That's not type safe. But it's type safe, it's not field safe. Because you... So the thing is... The thing with with joke is that you have this. And if you really want to be fancy, you could just call that, but then you need to have reflection. A little bit of a reflection, right? You could do this with a little bit of reflection, and you can do that. If you don't want reflection, you need to have function. So right now, it can never be wrong because you're calling users.name and users.email instead of saying email. Because this field can never exist. At a certain point of time, you migrate your database as GG well played. You know what I mean? Okay, Lazar. Okay, Lazar it's Volatech SQL boiler. It's based on reflection. Yeah, reflection is fine. Reflection is good. People say, oh, reflection, but it's fine. I mean, people are making billion-dollar companies in Ruby and Python and PHP. And we cannot do a little bit of reflection, like just check, hey, is this a string? And use that. And use the name of a field. I mean, it's not that bad, right? I mean, is it as fast as don't use reflection? No, but do we need to be that fast? I mean, I say this again, and people, it's so hard for me sometimes to explain, but it doesn't really matter, right? It depends what you want. Do you wanna build robust applications that you can build rapidly, that scale very well, or do you wanna basically write for 25,000 hours and constantly being debugging? I mean, what do you want? Uptime or speed? If you don't have uptime, performance is useless. You know what I mean? Hey. To be fair, reason PHP allows such nice code actually is reflection. Yeah, of course. Of course. And these things scale. Okay, are they the fastest? No, but they don't need to be. It does not need to be. If you build a trading engine, okay, fine. You're not going to use reflection. I understand that. But this is a website. There's a fucking website. The human has no sense of feeling of 100 milliseconds. He does not know. We cannot comprehend 100 milliseconds as a user. We can't. We don't know. We cannot see the difference between 1 millisecond or 100 milliseconds. It's just like, what's going on? We don't know. It's you click a button and there's already it's already past 100 milliseconds. So if it's 20, 40, 60, 80, or 120, it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't really matter. And trust me, reflection is not going to... this compiled. I mean... Yeah. You know. But what if joke no longer exists in X years? I don't know, man. Then we quit, then we found another job, man. What team are you using? Tokyo Night, man. Milady. Haro the cat. Listen. Normally I say always... so if somebody chats for the first time in my channel, I assume it's going to be a man. Because, I don't know, I have like 99% of my... let's say fan base, huh? Are males. But I'm gonna assume that you are a girl. So I don't know why, because your name is in pink and Haro the cat. I mean, you could be a girl. And even if you're not, do me a favor. Say that you are and play this role play with me. You know. Because I'm women. This is a women friendly channel. 100%. I swear to God. Can you share your overview on Gorm? Like I said, I think Gorm is fine. They use a lot of reflection, but it's also very easy to use, right? But I cannot dump Gorm into SuperKit because then people are gonna freak out, right? If I put Gorm in here, it's going to be a no-go for a lot of people. So that's why it's very flexible. You can change it to whatever you want, and GG. I'm a boy. Okay, cool. This is Tokyo Night, by the way. The Tokyo Night team, I don't know, I just like it. It gives me a little bit more of... it humbles me more. It makes me more happy. Groovebox is aggressive. Groovebox makes me aggressive. And this makes me a little bit more relaxed. A little bit more friendly, you know? That's why. What are we actually doing here? We were checking this middleware. This is what we're gonna do here. We're gonna say again. Do we really need to check if the user is verified? Even if we check that already. I cannot type already in the login process. Karate. And then we return an out. That's what SuperKit expects, that we return an out. It doesn't really matter because the only thing that it needs to do is return an interface. And this is an interface because it returns check. And this is the interface out expect SuperKit. And we need to have the Boolean. And we're just going to return out logged in, which is always going to be false, even if we return an empty object. Thanks, Golang. I love you so much. And if it's true, is logged in. GG. Well played. That's how it works. Am I a genius or not? Sometimes I am. Although I must say that Albert Einstein has died broke. Unfortunately. So, what is best? Do we need to be a genius or an idiot? Hey. That's the question. SuperKit, I want to type it. Super Hunter. Super. Can I type Super? Super Hunter. Presenter. I want to know what's happening actually. Why is profile not working? Hey! You know what I think? I think that there's no query at all. You can see this. It's like a little bit. It's too clean. There are no queries, so it's impossible. So let's inspect. There's an error in his handler, but it's not. It's VS Code. It's basically doing a little debate. Wait, we need to get this code out of here because people are gonna. So basically, if you guys, this is again, if you're bored. Because people say, Anthony, I don't know what to make. I don't know. Listen, I got your back. If you do not know what to make, you make this. You make a joke for Golang that does this. So you don't do this anymore, but you have completely typed. This is with reflection, and this is without reflection because you build. You're gonna generate the code based on a scheme. So and you're gonna generate this. You're gonna say type. Actually, it's gonna be user, right? It's going to be type. You're going to generate a struct. Type user struct. And then you're going to generate, I'm thinking here, func, user, actually like that, small case, name, string. Right? And that's going to return name. Actually, let's do this. Email. It's going to return email. That's what it's going to generate. That's what it's going to generate. If you don't like that you need to use functions, you can do this. Boom, boom. And then you need to do reflection. Get field name type reflect type of lm. Reflection, baby. Get reflect.value of val kind reflect pointer equals val lam kind struct field by name is valid. Get type tag form back. It's nasty, but it works very well. Sometimes a little bit of reflection is good. No, you generate the SQL not from the Go structure you define. You generate the Go structs from the table. That's the only thing you need to do. guys, go to this website. Check how they do it. It's Java, so it's basically the same thing. It's type language. This is what we need in Golang. This is used, joke is, I don't know how you pronounce it, but this JQ thing is being used by every single corporate enterprise on the fucking world. If you basically have the J and the V somewhere in your company, it's using this. You can even look at that. You can even have a trial. They even ask money for that because it's so fucking good. Look at that. Look at this. So this is what they do. Select from T is this. Wait. Here, guys. That's what we need. This is what we need. This is 100% complete queries. And instead of doing outer first name, you do user.firstname and do a little reflection on that. Right? User first name. That's what you need to do. And you could do, you see, boom, ID equal. You generate, so you let ID return something where you can call equal on. And equal could be an interface. That's it could be an interface, right? So for strings, it's comparing strings, and for UUIDs, comparing UUIDs. For ints, it's comparing ints, something like that. I mean, I swear to God, if you build this exactly like this, you're gonna be famous, man. You're gonna be famous. Or customers. Look at that. Everybody, Bush, AXA. I mean, Citrix, everything. The whole world is using this. The whole Ergon, here. Everything, Glide, I don't know what it is. McDonald's. Where? I don't know, I'm just guessing. Walmart. Here, where's this? Is this, what, I don't know what this brand is because I don't drive these simple cars, you know. Anthony, you're a humble man. I know. I think it's Toyota. Or it's Toyota, isn't it? Oh, I'm gonna get flamed here. Toyota. Yes! Yeah, Toyota, man. Well, almost blew up my career in just a fraction of a second. Of a second, by the way. You're a humble man. I am a humble man. I've changed, guys. I changed. Like I said, I suffered for so long because I'm both the sculptor and the marble. And I changed myself into more humble. And I'm a more friendly person. That's basically, from now on, more accessible for other people of the spectrum. Right? So, I can embrace more followers to my channel. Because I am censored. I am changed. I saw the Messiah. I have seen the light. I am reborn. I am baptized. I have sculpted myself into a better person. Did you start smoking weed again? No, man. Man, if I smoke weed and I'm basically, I sit in the, it's crazy. I just sit down and I watch the screen for an hour and I'm happy. I don't know what it is. Like I sit there and I don't want to be in the neighborhood of anybody. Back in the day when I smoked, I was a lonely stoner. I don't want to be, no, I just want to be alone. Just alone. A joint, and then the first of the day was so amazing. I remember that the first of the day was like, oh, it really gets you, you know what I mean? Because all the others, you don't feel them anymore. It's like, okay, you're basically maintaining is a little bit of a thing. You're maintaining it, you know. You hope that you basically are going to be so fucked up and that you have pain or stomach pain so you still feel something. But the first joint of the day, oh baby, and then and then you just sit there and whatever it's on the screen, it doesn't really matter. What's on TV, it doesn't really matter. You could just pick a random thing on television and it was fine. Because I was in my own thoughts thinking about, I don't know, it's crazy. But now I quit it for so many years. And now I have too much energy. But my life went way better. Since like I said before, the moment I stopped, I quit smoking weed, my life skyrocketed into Valhalla, you know? So stop doing that. That joke query builder looks like Casilian JavaScript world. By the way, thank you, Antic Alexander, for the, I think, CHF, isn't that? Switzer's things. Thank you so much, man, for the donation. Much appreciate that. Hey, Anthony, thank you very much for your content. I use Golang for penetration testing since some months. Regards from Switzerland. That's what I thought. CHF is from Switzerland. Thanks from Switzerland. Switzerland. Alex. Thank you so much. And take Alexander. Okay, Mansoor is basically throwing his money away again. Thanks, Mansoor. For the only 5 tier subs. Only 5. I mean, what? Then you better sub. Then you better gift not then, right, Mansoor? Thank you so much, my man. Just joking. Thank you so much. It's not the first time you gifted. Very happy to know you. Bitch, I have gifted 74. What the hell? You maniac. Stop doing that. That's too much. Let's make it 50. It's pretty funny because basically your gift subs, but by the end of the day, I'm paying you as well every month. You know, it's like it's all a bait. Go Jet. Okay, somebody. I mean, I cannot imagine that nobody made this, right? So the thing is that if you need to search for all these projects, I mean. That is a complete solution for efficient and high performance database access. Consisting of type-safe SQL builder with code generation and automatic query result data mapping. Okay, can we? Yeah, exactly. That's what it is, right? No. Film all columns. You see it generating. But wait, is it? Oh yeah, it's generating initialized structure. That's what they're doing. It's even better, right? So they probably generate something that's already initialized. Yeah, of course, that's what it is. Why didn't I think about that? They basically generate something like that. They have a type user, and then they have something like a var user. No, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be this, and yeah, and already stop. Can we just move on, okay, please? Something like that, and then they have the fields already initialized, and then you can call the. Of course, man, this is genius. Why didn't? Yeah, this is what we need. Actually, to be honest, guys, this is what we need. And let me guess, this is basically going to have the least amount of stars. You see, way underrated. The question rather is way underrated. I'm gonna start this. Go here and start it. And if you're here, you can also just start NEM. Okay, this one. GodKit, what I'm building. It's good, guys. Trust me. To be honest, I want to use this because this is so good. Because that is what you want. So there should be a reason why it's not popular. Why? Because if you go to SQLC, but SQLC is more works for a lot of other languages as well, I think. But this is amazing, right? This is basically what the Java thing does. You see, you look at that. That's amazing, right? You could do actor.actorID ASC. Of course, it's a little bit more. Look at that, actor inner join, boom, inner join. Thank you again for the 3 subscriptions. But I prefer SQLC as a middle ground. Yeah. The thing is that I don't even understand if SQLC can compile our queries that we write at Avenue. I don't think it can. Maybe it can. Maybe it can compile every single query on the planet. But we have very complex queries, so I actually also wonder if you can do it here. Because you have something like coalesce and how do you say that? Coalesce, or how do you pronounce this thing? People like more raw SQL, and I understand that because I started to like this as well since I was working. I'm actually just a very beginner SQL person, right? I'm a beginner. I can just write some queries. But right now I'm getting into a more intermediate person because we're writing a lot of SQL at Avenue, very complex queries. And I didn't know that, but Terry, of course, he's a monster in these things, and he's learning me a lot. And I started to like that. So it's very easy to type, so especially in Bun, right? In Bun, it's so easy to type. And it handles for you a little bit of... It's not an ORM, but it handles some of the... Well, it gets you going. It's not an ORM. It's not raw SQL. It's in between. It's not typed safe. It's not field safe. I know, but it gets you going very fast. It gets you going very fast, right? And SQLC is like you need to compile and yada 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 yada. I don't know. I have no problems raw dogging queries with SQLX. I'm not gonna lie. So I've not run into all the problems these projects solve. That's 100%. I agree because. If you write a query and everything works, I mean, if you write a good query with the correct fields and I mean, then your program works, right? I mean, code works. If code works, it works. It's not gonna break tomorrow if you don't change it. You know, it's just like, yeah, if you work with big teams but if you work in a small team, something like this is ideal. That's what we use. Something a middle ground. I'm stuck. Anthony, I'm stuck. Not getting ideas to build projects. Haven't been coding for a long time because of this problem. What do? I want to build real-world projects that solve a real problem. Well, the best tip I can give you is to build anything first and see what problems you come across by building this project. And you solve that problem with another project. And keep doing that. And you're going to solve a lot of problems. You know? What do I mean by that? So, maybe you build just a simple clone. Copy something from, I don't know, build a habit tracker or a to-do list or maybe something that can scrape GitHub and LinkedIn and gives a score like Hero Hunter or something like that. Where is this thing? It's called the Hero Hunter. Hero Hunter AI. Was it this one? Somebody found me with this thing. It's crazy. Find me a salesperson with SaaS and fintech experience. Find me Anthony GG. God fucking damn, I need to sign up. Of course. What did we expect? What did we fucking expect here? But somebody basically scouted me with this thing. So copy this or something like that. And then try to ship it. And maybe you're going to have some problems here and there. Or basically things you didn't know. And that's going to give you ideas to build new projects. Right? It's like... it's a little bit like eating. So why do people first eat these appetizers and these aperitif, you know? Because it basically... It sparkles their appetite. So they're going to eat more, you know? And that's what you need to do. You need to code stuff to get into more. That's what you need to do. I hope this helps. And of course, sometimes you're going to have a little bit of a burnout or a bored out. And that's completely fine, right? That's completely fine. Sometimes it takes long. Sometimes it takes not long. But that happens to everybody. This is not something you can avoid. Depends on the person you are. So if you have, maybe you are in a bored out, burnout, it's fine. Just take it as a man. Sooner or later, it's gonna be fine, right? This is the sparkle of inspiration. From time to time, it's basically far away from me as well, right? Sometimes I don't wanna. I have this bored. It's not really a burnout, but like you don't want to type again. You don't want to make a project. You don't want to hassle with this stuff. It happens to the best of us. But it always comes back. You know what I mean? It always comes back, just like your ex-girlfriend. Or not. Yo! Damn. Do you have any non-tech things you're passionate about that could be helpful by software SaaS? Something like that as well, right? And maybe in your free time, like, there are so many bad projects out there. Like, I mean, like bad products out there on software out there on the market. Like a lot of like school systems or even the soccer team where my kid plays. This management thing is like completely. It's what the hell is that even? So you can basically copy these things, but like I said, you can build it. But building is one, and if you really want to make money with it, that's two, right? And you need to market and that's what people, that's basically the biggest problem, right? We have Ashton Reed, for example, right? Or one of the smartest people I know, built some cool stuff, but he just don't want to listen, and he doesn't want to market himself, and then of course his project's gonna stay unknown, right? That's what it is. You can be the smartest engineer, you can be the best scientist, you can have the coolest project that's so amazing and that everybody should use, but if nobody knows it, nobody's gonna use it. Right? And then you have these stupid fucking projects that are complete garbage made by some imbecile. But he makes millions. Yeah, I mean, hey, that's life, man. That's the game that's getting played. And I always say, you either play the game or you don't play at all. But if you do not play at all, stay out of it. You know, don't cry and don't entangle yourself with discussions on Twitter. Just stay away. Best tip I could give you. Alright, I'm gonna basically, guys, I think we're gonna call it a day because coding, like, we're lost. So I'm almost done with this, right? I'm gonna merge this stuff. I'm gonna copy this out plugin and probably have it as a default plugin, so you guys can check it out very soon. Because right now, this middleware is gonna get triggered, and I need to double check because this is not working. I think the problem is. Let me actually try that. I think I need to do it like that. Wait, we did a lot of... We were actually... Well, what are we doing here? Yeah. We're fucking things up with... what are we doing? Guys. Because we were hassling with stuff, but where did we do that? In handlers? Yeah. That's fine. So I'm thinking normally now it should actually do super enter. Yeah, it's selecting. It's making a session. But wait, but see, profile is not getting anything, right? Something is wrong with these sessions. I need to double check that. Something is wrong with this. Oh wait, maybe it's... Maybe we can't... Wait, it's because I don't think it's redirecting me to profile, by the way. Okay, yeah, that's wrong. Okay. It finds a token. Something is going on here. I need to check that. Anyway, we're doing a talking stream now, huh? Okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. Guys, like I said, I'm going to make a video very soon. So the first thing I want to do is have this authentication system, this plugin built in, right? Because then people are going to clone, they're going to install it with a simple command, and then they're going to come here and you're going to see that they have this, and they can log in and they can have a profile page, and then they see how it all works with template, and all the helper functions and documentation is going to be better. So the video is coming, I don't know, maybe tomorrow, maybe over the weekend, maybe next week. And then it's going to be amazing, because actually, to be honest, from all the Golang frameworks, this is by far the best at the moment, because it all just works. You know, you have everything set up. It's not too bloated. It's just, but it's undocumented and untested. So yeah, I mean, give me some time. Yeah, give me a call after stream. Yes, I'm gonna I'm gonna vape first because I have nicotine. I know, man. Like I said, I'm not perfect, guys. I'm not perfect, but I want you to be perfect. I want you to be better than me. Better than GG. I hope you also drive a BMW M3. Okay, I'm gone. I'm peacing out. Hey guys, thanks for being here. Much appreciate that. If you're again one of these chats that basically rewatch the stream 2 hours on another day and you come across this message, let me know you watched the whole stream. And yeah, I'm gonna give you a shout out.